If your dental practice is stuck at a certain income level, and for example purposes, let's say you're at 1.2 to 2 million per year, and you're trying to grow by doing more procedures, more marketing, more of everything, well, that's probably why you're stuck. Because scaling to 5 million or more over the next 3 years isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things at a much higher level. Today, I'm going to show you the exact growth levers that the top practices use to scale without all the chaos, and it gives you a lot more peace at night when you go home. My name's John Reddick, and with Turnkey Dental Marketing and Upscale Your Practice, and for over the past 20 years, I've helped dental practices grow by focusing on what actually moves the needle in their favor and not just what keeps the practice busy. You see, what we found is this: every successful practice has a small number of high leverage growth drivers. These few things produce most of their revenue, profit, and their growth. I call these growth levers. Here's the truth most dentists never hear. Not all production is equal. Not all patients are equal. Not all marketing works the same way. A few things in your practice is what's driving the most of your work. And if you can identify those and optimize those and scale them, then your practice will grow. That's how you go from 1 or 2 million to 5 million and more. Now here's what most practices do that make them go wrong. They try to grow everything at the same time. They try to grow every procedure, marketing channel, patient type. And what happens? They get busier, but they're not more profitable. You see, a busy practice is not a scalable practice. So let's break down the 6 growth levers you should be focusing on in your practice right now. Lever number 1 is higher value production. You don't scale on volume, you scale on value. In almost every practice, a small number of procedures drive most of the revenue. Examples of that would be implants, full arch cases, cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign. If your schedule is packed with low value procedures, you're capping your growth. The fastest path to 5 million or more is increasing your average case value. Lever number 2 is patient flow. Now, not all patients are equal, and not all marketing channels produce the same patients. Most practices have 1 or 2 channels quietly outperforming everything else. That might be Google Ads, it could be SEO, it could be referrals, it could be reactivation. But here's the key: you don't need more channels, you need to dominate the right ones. Now, let's look at lever number 3, conversion or case acceptance. This one is huge. Most practices don't have a marketing problem, they have a conversion problem. If you're diagnosing treatment but not getting it accepted, you're losing revenue every single day. So what do you got to focus on? You need to focus on a treatment coordinator that is trained really well. You need to focus on financing options, same-day starts and follow-up systems. Even a small increase in case acceptance can add hundreds of thousands or even millions in revenue. Now let's look at lever number 4, people. This is the who factor. You don't scale with more effort, you scale with better people. One great hire can completely change the trajectory of your practice. So those key roles would be maybe an associate doctor, a treatment coordinator, or an office manager. The right who in your practice multiplies everything in your practice. So let's look at lever number 5, capacity. Here's a simple truth. You can't grow if you're already maxed out. If your schedule is full, your rooms are full, and your team is stretched, more marketing won't fix that. You need more operatories, better scheduling, possibly an associate, and expand hygiene. Capacity has to grow with demand. Now let's look at lever number 6, and that's your office systems. Without systems, growth creates chaos. You need systems for lead follow-up, reactivation, referrals, case tracking, and KPIs. What gets systematized gets scalable. Now let's talk about what we call the elimination principle. Now here's the part most people don't want to hear. Scaling isn't just about what you add, it's about what you remove. You may need to cut low margin insurance plans, ineffective marketing channels, low value procedures. Growth requires subtraction before multiplication. So here's how it all comes together. To go from 1 million to 2 million to 5 million or more, you don't need 20 new strategies. You need a few powerful improvements in the right areas. You need to increase your case value, improve case acceptance, scale the right marketing channels, add capacity strategically. A few levers pulled correctly can change everything. Let me save you some time by going over some common mistakes that you need to avoid. Avoid trying to grow everything. Scaling marketing before you fix your conversions. Hiring too late. Not tracking your numbers. Staying too dependent on insurance. More activity does not equal more growth. So what a 5 million plus practice looks like is this. A 5 million practice isn't just bigger, it's more focused, more systematized, and more intentional. High value procedures, strong team, predictable patient flow, high case acceptance, clear systems. This creates less chaos and more control. So what's the final takeaway in all of this? If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. You don't grow by doing more, you grow by doing what matters most and doing it better. Find your high leverage growth drivers, optimize them, and scale them. If your practice is stuck and you want a clear path to 4, 5, or 10x in your practice, we help practices identify their exact growth levers and build a strategy around them. So if you want a customized growth roadmap, then give us a call and we'll be glad to help you. If you found this helpful, then be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Call us today if you'd like to scale your practice to the next level without the chaos, without the headache, in the most efficient way possible. Thanks.